if you're going to be quarantined, you might as well be in a beautiful place.
This is our apartment complex, and
if you can believe that.
Yeah.
It's like a resort.
We really miss our rig, but this makes it a little easier.
Just a little. Welcome to this week's episode.
We're going to start off this week with a quiz. I'm going to let you guess. Either we shot this footage, most of it, about a month ago, or Dee and I found some underground cool things to do in LA during the quarantine. If you know us, you know the answer to that already, but we're going to keep you guessing.
We thought the guys would really enjoy a guy's day out. One of the great things about us traveling is we get to uncover some of the children's passions as we go along. And cars happens to be one of Isaac's loves, one of his loves.
Both our kids like it, but Isaac in particular, you know, he's getting to that point where you can point to it on the road and he's like...
He knows exactly what make and model and everything. So there is not a shortage of wonderful cars here in LA.
It's like one of the supercar capitals of the world. It's crazy everywhere you go.
And while the guys went out and did the guy thing, the girls thought it would be fun to have a girl day, doing some cooking, baking, and planting some flowers. We thought we'd just show you a little bit of what we do. We've talked about Emily's baking passions before. We all enjoy it. She enjoys doing it and we enjoy eating it, so it works out perfectly.
You might remember from our homeschooling episode how we talked about our kids' gifts and talents and integrating that into the curriculum, how we can teach them and also let them help us out, and this is a good example.
Yeah, really, this whole episode just kind of shows and highlights how we get to focus on what the kids enjoy.
While we were at the car show, Isaac and Eli got to learn how engines work, how construction works. You know, like there were kit cars there. And so it fit right into the science curriculum. It feeds their imagination. It was awesome to watch their eyes light up, the types of questions that they asked. And the adults who owned all those fancy cars were glad to answer questions.
They love teaching.
Yeah, it was great.
They love it just as much. Seeing the boys light up with the cars, which is something I completely do not understand, but it's so great to see them so excited and so into something. So they love it.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter too much. I mean, supercars are cool. Some people like them, some people don't. But the neat thing is the commitment to time together.
We wanted to bring you along on our journey this week, and we hope that it adds a little bit to your quarantine.
All right, Isaac, welcome to the Supercar show in Los Angeles. Let's go check it out. The Ferrari.
I love Ferrari.
This is the Dodge Viper. It's one of my favorite cars because of the way the nose sticks out so far from the body. And I also like how the orange color and the massive spoiler looks on this one specifically. See DeLorean? Look! It's got the wires coming out. No freaking way! Oh my god! Dude, look, he's got the straps for a handle. This is awesome. Out of time. From Back to the Future. Is this the car from Back to the Future? One of the things I loved in the show was the wide variety of Mustangs to custom, racing. Mustangs is one of my favorite cars. I think that's the reason I like cars so much. They also had wide body Mustangs, which was awesome to see. There was just such a wide variety, which was beautiful. And obviously they had Shelby's too. I like the Army Jeep a lot because of the machine turret that was on the top and the steering wheel, along with all the features that make it look like a real Army Jeep.
Well, happy birthday. What'd you think?
It's awesome. I didn't think we'd actually be coming here. Every single car is unique and incredible. I love it so much.
What are we doing?
Let me guess, you're gonna dig in the dirt, then put the plants in, and then put some water on it.
Yes. Which one is your favorite flower right now?
These ones and this one.
You don't like the purple ones? This is gonna be fun. And guess what kind of plant that is?
Potato plant.
It's a tomato plant. Woo, are you gonna help us plant some flowers? Woohoo! All right, let's get to planting. Don't take her cake batter.
What do you got there? What is that?
Cake batter.
Cake batter? Are you eating it? Are you helping Emily bake?
And nobody's known how much. Well, we promised you an update on the rig. So, you want to start off?
Yeah. We got to St. Louis from our trip on the East Coast. Our stay in New Hampshire, we got to St. Louis in October, knowing that we had some warranty work to do. Just typical stuff that you would have after having lived in an RV for 6 months. Grand Design had already been notified, parts had been ordered, our awning, one of our jacks was slightly bent and they were going to be able to straighten that, and it was really just a lot of odds and ends, so that all the big parts were ready to go because we wanted to get the repair done efficiently and quickly.
Get on the road.
Yeah, we wanted minimal time like anybody, especially full-timers. And when we got to the dealership, we climbed underneath the rig with the service department. Once they had a chance to inspect it and figure out where we were, they were going to give us an estimate so we could figure out, you know, are we going to stay in the rig on the lot of the RV dealership?
Which we did,
which
for
we
a
ended
little
up
bit.
doing. We weren't expecting that. Or get a hotel or what, you know, stay with family. And he had this look on his face. And I knew
It was not good.
it was more than we had bargained for. It took us a day to get it figured out, but I'm here with Sean. We're gonna climb under the rig and see what's going on here. All right, what do you see here, boss?
So what had happened is, as you can see by the bracket here, this is the main I-frame here, and this is where
That's where the
mounting
stabilizing.
plate, yep, the stabilizer goes on. Factory welds in, these are called gussets. These help support and stabilize the frame in the middle,
Right.
so it does not move back and forth. So when you get some pressure onto it, this is what happened.
Is it bubbled?
Feel that buckle?
Yeah.
That's how it took the bending.
Wow.
Yep. So that's what that's made
So
for.
this
It's
is
made
coming
to,
this way.
yeah, it took it this way. So how your jack is coming out,
Yeah.
that's why I'm scratching my head going, how does this jack go
Right.
this way?
One in the back would make sense. Front to back would make sense. If you hit there was that one site where the ground was lower than the concrete pad. There was a mound there too. And I had to gun it, and she was like, "Yeah, you got to get up over that hill." And it was dark. And when I gunned it, what I was doing was the jack was up against a little mound of dirt. Yeah. Okay.
You can see way out of level at the top
So, yeah,
here.
it's-
So to get it back in perspective into the level position, you
Yeah,
can tell we're
wow.
about an inch away from the frame.
That's amazing.
So that's how much your frame is twisted inward.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in a 12-foot section piece from the door
Right.
all the way back to the previous back jack there where
Right.
the bathroom exits.
Sean, the manager of the dealership here at McDowell, said I would prepare for them to total it. That's what our experience is. It's what we see. So my wife went to Target. Dee grabbed a whole bunch of these storage bins, and we've begun packing the RV as if it's going to be totaled, not knowing what the insurance is going to say, but we're out of time. So he said, "Hey, come on in here in this bay, store your stuff over here." How cool is that? That's service. And so that's what we've begun doing, packing up everything into these bins. And he gave us a little section of one of the service bays they use less often. Dee has to fly out tomorrow, so I booked her flight to get to LA to get settled in time to prepare the housing that's included in the contract and get the rental car that they're covering and learn the route to the hospital and all that. So today is anticipate a total loss from the insurance company, pack the RV as if we're going to put everything in storage, get ready to vacate, order the new RV. So we're looking at options. We're thinking momentum, but we will see. And haven't decided yet what to do with the Super Duty back there. probably going to go for a dealer buyback or a trade up to a 450 since the Momentum weighs so much more than the Solitude. We're going to need a bigger truck. Even though that one's got some aftermarket stuff to handle this, it's not enough truck for a Momentum, a bigger rig. So a lot of things up in the air. So we're just kind of proceeding as if we know what we're doing when we don't. But we've got to have a plan and create some traction before Deanna gets out of town. So we're packing our luggage inside, packing the rig. That's today.
So number one, we learned how important it is to have good insurance. And that's all we're going to say about that.
We're not naming names.
Luckily, we absolutely had full coverage, and it was totaled, and we did get the full amount back.
We're grateful for that.
We are. And number two, we learned that some of our discernment in picking the type of rig was in error. Because if you've been watching us for any moment, for any time, you know that the reason we went with a fifth wheel was the space, but also because I couldn't get over the fact that if you had a broken rig, you would have to give your vehicle and your home at the same time. I thought there's going to be many more repairs if the engine's in the rig rather than a fifth wheel, which may be true. But the bottom line is, as we were having this repaired, we were at a loss, and we still didn't feel comfortable staying in a rig on a lot. So you lost your home anyway. Worst case scenario, we did stay on the lot a couple of days until we figured out, wow, this is going to be major. And the company that was hosting us was wonderful. Who does that? Who lets people stay on their lot? Our dealership was fantastic.
McDowell South RV.
They were
unbelievable.
Such unbelievable service and understanding, and we could not thank them enough.
You're probably wondering what happened or how it happened, and I'll tell you, so are we. After all these months, we're still not entirely sure if it was a manufacturer's defect where the middle central right-hand side, the entrance side, stabilizing jack attaches to the I-beam. If it was faulty there and happened upon deployment progressively, if I bumped it on a curb, we never had an impact or an accident.
Never had a collision
or like the RV fell off the jack, or we tried to deploy the jacks and drove off of them. None of those things that you might, and we have really been exhausted with the insurance company trying to figure out the cause, and that spurned quite the investigation.
And it's really difficult to wrap your mind around it when you feel like you're on the defensive. So number 3, we learned to always maintain your rig well. Maintain your cars well, get them checked out. If there's a doubt, I know as we're on the road, it's sometimes easy just to go to the next spot. Just when in doubt, check it out.
Yeah, or just camp. If it's getting dark and you're like us and you don't like driving a rig in the dark, it's just time to dry camp. Along with good record keeping on number 3 is good video evidence. It became helpful. So the fact that we were running a channel and had video dated time-stamped footage of different stays, and that
actually
was
helped.
Yeah.
Right.
So
we've learned a lot.
Not just records, receipts when things were purchased and warranties, but having a video record was awesome and helpful in this process too.
So hopefully that will help you guys as you're on the road, as you work through these things and maybe have some bumps along the road. You can take whatever we've learned and apply it to you. Learn from others' mistakes. It doesn't matter that there's a quarantine sign up.
Yeah.
There's still people everywhere.
We've heard stories from friends, people getting tickets for, solitary hikes or out running or, surfing. We get the whole congregating thing, but let's hope we don't get a ticket while we're shooting this.
If anybody would get a ticket, it would be us.
It'd be good content.
Yeah, that would be fun. Where do we go on our walks? We still go on the beach until they kick us off. How are you doing? How are you coping? We're getting along great. It's just because we can't wear hats at the same time. We can't do it. This is challenging for us. We're still fairly new to this YouTube thing, and we're doing it for our family and friends, but a lot of people tune in, which we absolutely love.
Yeah.
So we are excited about that, but we want to know how to help you.
Yeah, we're trying to have the attitude of turning the challenge into an opportunity, but it's hard for everybody. It's hard for you at work. Like, she's an OR nurse, and now all of a sudden she's an ICU nurse. That's not normal. This is pretty unusual. So.
It's a great opportunity. It's challenging. There's lots of good things that come along with it, and we want to know what you're seeing that is good that is coming from this.
I'm listening to her come home from work, and she's telling all kinds of stories about things she's learning, leading a team to do.
I don't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I know she's picking up all kinds of skills in this very difficult time, but I think we all are.
While there may be challenges that we're all facing, whether it's job difficulty or a job change, children, canceled trips, sickness, we can depend on each other to raise us all up and to be hopeful for what's to come next. So what are you looking forward to when this is all over?
Yeah, what are you dreaming about? Do you have a trip you're planning, or maybe you had one planned and now you're like, can't wait?
I think this is really a testament of our families, our country, to say, yeah, we can do this. Yeah, we can do this. But I'm hoping that more good comes of it.
Hi, we're the Benoit family, and we live in Beacon Falls, Connecticut. Some things that we've been doing to share positivity over the last few weeks of this global pandemic are, you want to say what we've done, Isaiah?
We've been making kindness rocks. We've been making signs with positive words on them, and we've been putting them down by the river walk.
Yeah, down in our town we have a little river walk where people can walk. It's about a mile long, and all the way down it are some signs. I'm going to show you the sign.